Audiovisual and motion picture products are the mass media chosen by most of people all over the world for their exceptional ease of access, the increasing shortage of readers, and the huge potentialities contained in that stories told through pictures. Almost everything we watch on an Italian screen comes from foreign countries, but magically, our ears listen to the American Dustin Hoffman speaking a perfect Italian in the movie Rain Man. Today we know that this happened thanks to the voice of one of the greatest and most famous Italian dubbing actors of all times, Ferruccio Amendola. But few people know that behind the role of a dubbing actor there is another professional figure, which has to create a script synchronized with the images on the film and translated into another language. He is the adapter. Since the birth of movies, the motion picture industry had to face the question of deleting linguistic barriers that obliged films to circulate only in countries speaking their same language. Over the years, three kinds of solutions were found. Initially, production companies imposed to filmmakers and actors to shoot and play more versions of the movie, each one in the language of the target country. Then, they decided to hire actors coming from target countries, shooting films parallel at the original one. In the end, they decided to choose dubbing. George Eastman invented the motion picture in 1885, and the first shot is thought to be Runway Garden Scene, a short film of 2 seconds realized by Louis-Aimé Augustin Le Prince in 1888. Cinematography, interpreted as the public screening in a theater of a device combining camera with printer and projector, was born on December the 28th, 1895, thanks to the invention of brothers Louis and Auguste Lumière, the cinematograph. This device could show a series of images on a widescreen printed on a moving picture through a photographic process in order to create the movement effect. Then, in 19, Ernst Rummel recorded the first soundtrack on film. On August 6, 1926, the first movie provided with its own soundtrack was presented. It was Don Juan, but it contained only music and some sound effects. We have to wait 6 months to see the first sound film, The Jet Singer, and the first line of the history of cinema.
Wait a minute, you ain't heard nothing yet. Wait a minute, I tell you ain't heard nothing.
The Austrian physicist Jakob Carroll officially invented film dubbing in 1913. But in Italy, this new system had to face with huge obstacles. The fascist regime and the Minister of the Interior, Benito Mussolini, who censored all the films containing even a single line in a foreign language. But then the same regime decided to take advantage of this system, dubbing German films. Film dubbing is a tool that allows to translate, elaborate, and adapt the original dialogues of a movie into another language, respecting the acting, the rhythm, the inflection, and the labial movements. Then, the adapted dialogues are played by dubbing actors to give the illusion that the original actors speak perfectly the language of the viewer. But the adapter has the hardest work. He has to translate, analyze, and understand the general sense of the script, its shades of contents, and the psychology's characters. He has to penetrate into the film to understand the linguistic register of every character in every action. The dialogue list must be studied not only on the linguistic level, but from the technical point of view too, applying a series of rules called synchronization, divided in labial synchronization, that is the respective lip movements of the actor during the action, movements synchronization, that is the respect of the actor's movements, linear synchronization, that is the respect of the length of the source line, and rhythmic synchronization, composed by the morph syntactic structure of source language, acting speed, and vocal timbre of the actor. The dialogue version created by the adapter becomes the movie in the target country, so dubbing cannot be considered a technical trick, but the solution of the problem of the universal possibility of comprehension. Audiovisual translation is like a bridge between different cultures, built by the adapter thanks to a three-dimensional translation. The adapter is only one of the many professional figures that contribute to this transformation. The other figures are the dubbing director, who supervises the production, the dubbing assistant, who organizes the old dubbing, the dubbing actor, who interprets his own character, the synchronization assistant, who tries to refine synchronization between lips and words, the sound technician, from whom quality recordings depends on, and the mixing engineer, who mixes the tracks realigning all sound levels. Recording studios basically consist of two closed and soundproof rooms. The first one is the control room, in which the dubbing director and the mixing engineers listen to the sound through monitor speakers, record and arrange sounds and voices. The second room is the studio area, in which the dubbing actors and the assistants record voices and check lip sync. Among the main rules for a good film dubbing, there are the translation of written messages using a subtitle or the voice of a character, the quote of a person famous only in the source country, finding someone who is known in both cultures or telling who he is, acronyms, often quoted in extensor by dubbing actors, and the translation of measurements units. But often we see mistakes in film dubbing that are not coherent with Italian language or that does not respect the source text, as when an adapter adds unnecessary words, when he uses terms not fitting with the register of the character or the epoch of the movie, when he omits parts of the source text, or when he does not find a corresponding word in Italian. In conclusion, film dubbing is a tool that must be enhanced and not underestimated, because it hides the precious value of audiovisual products exchanged through motion picture markets all over the world.